Hey. What's good, YouTube? It's JRFX here. What's up, Take Gang? You know what I'm saying? Dang. It's been a little minute. I ain't gonna cap. It's been a little minute, man. It's been longer than a little minute. But what's up, man? I'm back on YouTube. I'm back on this shit. Man, where should we start? I mean, it's been a hell of a journey, bruh. It's been a hell of a journey. I had a lot of shit going on, outside of trading, outside of the Telegram, just everything, you know, that conflicted my thought process and decision making. I wanted to do this this vlog shit for a minute now, at least. I want to say at least a year, and I just never got around to doing it or getting it started. I had all these different thoughts, like, oh, maybe I should look at this. Should I try and go about it this way? Then I'm watching other people, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I never got around to doing it. But, you know, today, this week, I woke up on a different side of the bed. I'm like, fuck it, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna start. That's what it's about. It's about starting. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's kind of what I did when I first got on YouTube, and it was just trading breakdown videos, but I want to incorporate more like trading videos, breakdowns into vlogs and all of that shit, like kind of all in one for real. Like, I just wanted to start documenting my come up, because, you know, that was another part of my thought process that was holding me back. I kept feeling like I wanted to like be fully profitable or some shit already. I wanted to really like be at the top of my game and then hop on this shit. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, I'm back. We here. We finna break all this shit down. I'm finna be 100% transparent with y'all. We finna talk about a lot. You know what I'm saying? Cause the ones that was in the Telegram group, man, y'all was saying y'all was reaching out in the Discord and shit. Like, I fuck with y'all. And I was just the beginning. So it's like, I shouldn't have stopped, but you know, God got reason for everything. So we gonna get into it. And you see right now, real quick, let me show you, breaking down, making a little sound here. a little goddamn little sandwich. Hey man, if y'all know about this, listen. If you don't know about this, I'm trying. The decent Watson, the Buffalo Stout. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I'm finna make this sandwich and shit. I'm probably gonna eat, because I don't wanna really be in a video eating and shit. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about everything. I'm gonna break it all the way down. I'm gonna talk about where I've been at, where my journey at now for those that's been watching, you know what I'm saying, and what I got going on today. So stick around, I'm gonna eat, go ahead and finish, and then we'll get into the video. So see you in a minute. All right, so we're gonna get into shit. Where should we start? I'm gonna keep it real brief and simple. I started trading maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Actually, no, I'm lying, like a little longer than 2 years at this point. Not 3, but definitely a little over 2 years. When I first started, I was working a security job, you know, graveyard shifts, wake up at 12, get off at 8. That was around the time the pandemic first hit, and I was classified as a, whatever they call it, I don't know, I'm losing my words. But anyway, they basically, I was doing 8-hour shifts every single day. And when the pandemic hit, that's when they sent them checks out. I think it was like $1,200 or whatever. And before that, before them checks came out, I was already dipping around into it, because I always was searching for shit. And it was like, honestly, probably since I got out of high school, I just been like looking for shit. Like, I know how to make money. I came up shoveling snow and shit, bagging groceries, pumping gas, all them little hustles. I like passive income. I like the shit where I work and I get my money right there on the spot. You feel what I'm saying? So I was always kind of looking for something like that, because when you start working, you automatically shift it into every 2 weeks or every week. It's very, very, it's not even rare. It's passive income pretty much. And that's not even the definition, but basically, You know what I'm saying? That's not what it was when I started working. I was searching for it. I'm like, this every 2 weeks shit is killing me. Fuck this, I need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need something else. This shit ain't working for me. So fast forward years and years and years later, I finally come across fucking Forex, right? So when I came across it, doing my research, because I had heard about it prior, y'all know, IML. I was like, I don't know, shit just seemed a little off. Something just don't seem right about this. So I kind of just did a little research for like 6 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying? I was just researching it because I was like, I don't know how to go about it, and the people that's kind of like bringing it to my attention, I don't really fuck with it. I don't really trust it. I'm not educated, right? So 6 to 8 months, probably like a year later, I finally was like, fuck it. I knew enough about broker. I knew enough that I didn't have to join one of them fucking IML teams or recruiting motherfuckers. I knew enough by that point. That was a way how I dodged, like, it's like a double-edged sword. Not even a double-edged sword, but it was like, damn, I just missed out on all this money because I'm scared or I'm just unsure and I'm being very fucking cautious, and I missed out on all this time I could have actually been getting my trading journey started. But at the same time, you know, that cautious mentality and that research mentality, I dodged a lot of bullshit. Like, I didn't get caught up in, a lot of you guys got caught up in that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my people I personally know got caught up in that shit, and I dodged all of it just by researching and doing my shit. So anyway, I finally opened up an account, and I think my first deposit was $40, and that shit was gone. It wasn't like going right then and there, but it was definitely, it didn't work, you know what I'm saying? But I was swimming, I was learning how to swim, so I started seeing, like, even before the 40 was going, I had made like maybe $2, $3, $5. And this is when I was just strictly trading Forex pairs. No indices, no metals, no oils, none of that shit. Strictly Forex pairs. I don't remember what pairs I was trading. I eventually started climbing because I found out about oil, and I really loved oil for a minute. And then I found about the indices, and over time, $40 turned into $50, $50 turned into 80, 100 or whatever. That lasted for a few months. It lasted for a few months until I realized, I was like, all right, like, I just feel like I need more capital. And even though I know now, in my journey now, that's not what it was about, that was my mindset at the time. I was like, all right, that's at this point where I kind of like, I need some real paper to kind of like really go ahead and like, you know what I'm saying? So at this point now I'm working security. Now it's the pandemic. Them checks came out, $1,200. And it was some crazy weird shit because I never got direct deposit, and most of the people that had direct deposit, they got their shit right then and there. I was like, you know, asking around like, shit, am I gonna get one? Because I didn't really care. Like, let's just be clear, like when it comes to these government funds or whatever you want to call it, when I'm that type of person where if I have a job, like I would just miss out. Yes, I personally regret it to a degree because I do think back to a lot of different times where I could have just taken advantage of something, made an extra few dollars like everybody else, but I never cared. I was just going to work. If I got it, cool. If I didn't, oh well, like I'm going back to work. I don't care. Like I'm too busy focused on Forex and like these other streams of income I'm trying to create for myself. So I don't really give a fuck about none of that shit anyway. Either way, that was like, in my mind, that was a good opportunity because this job I was working, we was getting undercut like a motherfucker, and they had a private contract with the mall I was securing, and the amount we supposed to be getting starting just based off our certifications, they undercut the shit out of that motherfucker. The checks came out. He was like, yeah, you don't got direct deposit. I was like, no. He was like, all right, it should be in your mail soon. You'll just get it later. So I was like, all right, bet. And then I was thinking, I was like, shit, I'm no longer living at that address that's on file. I think maybe like a week went by, maybe less than that, because I was contemplating, I'm like, shit, like, should I just pull it? Because people had already moved into the spot, you know what I'm saying? I haven't lived there for a minute, so I was like, fuck it, like, I'm gonna just bite the bullet. So got in the whip, drove all the way up there, got to the spot. I had wrote a whole note out and shit, right? Mind you, I'm telling you all this because this is literally like how I made my first flip in this market, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's all like this is important to me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just share it anyway. All that shit, I wrote a whole note like, hey, how you doing? My name is Justin, I used to live here, and I was just gonna I was gonna knock, and if nobody answered, I was just gonna leave a note. Let them know like, hey, if it is in your mail, if you do happen to have this mail with this name on it, can you send it to me or give me a call? I put my email in there, my number, whatever. So I get out the car, I'm like a little like weird, cause I don't know, like it wasn't that serious, but it was just like weird cause I don't live there and I'm coming here looking for a specific piece of mail. You know what I'm saying? I go to knock on the door, I hear a bunch of kids running around and shit. So I'm like, all right, all right, like I hear kids. I was getting ready to just kind of leave the note because I was like already like, nah, I wasn't finna be sitting there like ringing the bell like this lady come to the door. And I was like, hey, how you doing? My name is Justin. Don't mean to bother you. She was like, Justin. Like immediately like kind of cut me off. I'm holding a note and shit, looking all stupid, sitting at the fucking door like a dickhead. But she was cool. She immediately cut me off as soon as I said my name. She was like, Justin? And I was like, yes ma'am. And she immediately was like, hold up. And she went to the kitchen and came right out with the envelope. I was like, oh, she was like, I already know. And it's so ironic. This is what's important to me personally about this shit is because this was my first flip. And it had this not happened, had this not took place, had the timing and synchronicity of all these events added up, I don't know how that would have went. You know what I'm saying? I still think I'd still be here or whatever the case may be. I would have found another way, of course. But you know, it's just crazy how shit happens because I'm like, if I could get this check, man, I could definitely dump some bread in this and really see how crazy I can go with this trading shit. Cause mind you, I'm off just maximum $100, like just fucking around with this shit. So she was like, yo, she was like, I already knew. And she was like, this is what she said to me. She was like, I was literally about to send it back to the mail today. You know what I'm saying? That's what was crazy about the whole shit. It was either that day or the following day. She was like, I was just finna send the shit back. We don't know no Justin, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody knows no Justin around here. We was finna just send it back. But she already knew. She kind of held on to it because she seen the stamp. I guess, you know, the government, whatever, they got that stamp on there or whatever. And she was like, I guess something the internet was just telling her to prolong it in the sense. Either way, I was like, bet. Got the check, got back to the car, drove back to this spot, cashed that motherfucker. I think the checks was $1,200 if I'm not mistaken. Man, I took $450, put it into the account, and I remember feeling that moment, like, you know what I'm saying, looking at the numbers up there, especially when you first start trading. I never seen more than $100 in my account for even when I was making a little extra money, it was like 115 maybe or some shit. Like I ain't really, and I got that pressure. I'm like, this real bread. I got that pressure on me, and I did demo trading here and there and shit too. But I was just so like, once I kind of got my feet wet, you know what I'm saying? Like once I kind of got into it, I was like, no need to play around with this shit. We either gonna do this shit or not. Put that bread in. I seen that shit up on there, boy. And it was go time from there. It was go time from there. And